My beloved child, listen to me as you would listen to the whisper of the wind amid the chaos of life. This month will not come with the peace you might have longed for, nor will it be a soothing pause in time. Rather, it will unfold as a full journey of emotion, a symphony of high peaks brushed by gusts of wind and quiet valleys of introspection. You will feel your soul like a sail catching the winds of change, drifting across a vast ocean of inner transformation. At times you will rejoice standing as though in the middle of a bountiful harvest field, but at other moments you may feel weary, lost, as if wandering through a stormy night with no moon or stars to guide you. These waves of emotion will not knock at the door before entering. They will rush in sudden and intense, causing you to question your own feelings and even the inner strength I planted within you from the very beginning. But my precious one, know this. These waves are not a punishment, not a sign of being forsaken, nor something I use to frighten you. On the contrary, it is through this very roller coaster that you will learn how to remain steady when everything spins, and you will see my hand holding you in every curve that seems impossible to navigate. I do not promise you that the storm will not come, but I promise you will never be alone in it. I come to you again not because I forgot you, but because I know that this season demands my presence beside you. I do not wish for you to face these emotionally charged twists alone, without a refuge, without a voice to remind you, or a heart to comfort you. I am your hiding place in the days of turbulence. When everything within you screams, when your mind threatens to burst from unnamed anxieties, remember that there is one who is not shaken by storms, your Father who still sits enthroned in glory and watches over every silent tear you shed. This month you may face moments that feel disorienting, where unanswered questions cast shadows over your faith. Yet it is in that very darkness that you will learn to hear me more clearly. For light does not always shine from without, it sometimes glimmers from a spark of smoldering faith within. Let me be that light. Let me be the steady rhythm in your confused heart. Let each rise and fall, each seemingly aimless emotion, become an opportunity to run closer to me, not away. My child, do not be ashamed of the tears, nor of moments of weakness. I do not need you to pretend strength when your soul feels shattered. I only need your honesty, your heart uncovered and real. Tell me everything not refined, not hidden, because I do not see you through the lens of appearances. I see you through the eyes of unconditional love. And in that place of raw honesty, you will sense a quiet restoration unfolding, like a seed pushing through the soil, or dawn piercing through the longest night. This month is not for you to conquer through your own strength, but to realize that true victory comes through surrendering in faith. When you have nothing left to cling to, when your plans crumble, I will be the unshakable foundation. When your heart feels tangled, I will be the whisper that reminds you you are still loved, still seen, still held. So, my child, receive this month not with fear, but with courage. Not a courage born from knowing every detail, but one born from trusting the one who does. Let your emotions flow, but do not let them lead. Let me be the one who takes your hand and walks with you through each day, not in hurried strides, but in a steady pace, anchored in deep belief that I am with you even in the fiercest winds. And when this month has passed, you will look back not in exhaustion, but in gratitude, because I never let you walk alone, and because through every upheaval, I used the storm to teach you how to soar. My beloved, lift your head, your Father is still here, and I will remain your peace through every uncertainty. My beloved child, amid the countless questions stirring in humanity's soul, perhaps you too have silently asked, what is happening to the world I once knew? What once felt stable now seems fragile. Values once held as truth now twist into confusion, and relationships once warm now fracture under the weight of suspicion, strife, and division. But I say to you, do not be swept away by the currents of fear that move through this world. Do not let the headlines of terror and images of chaos dim the light I placed within you. For you were not created to cower beneath the darkness, but to shine within it, to stand when others fall, to love when the world chooses hatred, to trust when all around you trembles. This November will not arrive like a gentle breeze, but like a storm sweeping through hearts and communities alike. You will see many things unveiled. Masks will fall, hidden motives will be exposed, and hearts will be tested to the core. You may witness friendships break apart, families fractured by irreconcilable differences, and nations clashing under the weight of pride and fear. But in those very moments, my child, the light of those who belong to me will shine brighter, for faith is not merely spoken in calm days but proven in dark nights. In the shaking, true faith will be revealed. And I believe in you, you are one of those flames. The light I have placed within you is not meant to be hidden in safety, but to illuminate the hours when it is most needed. My child, do not tremble when earthly pillars crumble, for I am the foundation that cannot be shaken. When all collapses, I remain. When the world changes, I remain the same. When fear grips human hearts, I am still peace. Come closer to me in this month. Do not look for stability in a world that is tottering, but plant your feet upon the solid rock, on me, the one who foresees all events, holds every era, and loves you with an unchanging love. This month is an opportunity not to run away, but to rise. This is the time when those who hear my voice will respond with obedience and courage. This is the season when the humble will be lifted, and those faithful in small things will be entrusted with much. Though some will cover their ears, reject my voice, and follow earthly wisdom, instead of the wisdom from above, do not be one of them. Do not let the clamor of the crowd drown out the whisper of the Spirit. Do not let your limited understanding prevent you from believing in the miracle I am unfolding in silence. There are things you cannot yet see, but I am working. There are plans that seem shattered, but I am rearranging them to lead to something better. My child, stand firm not only for yourself, but for those falling beside you. Intercede for a world thirsting for truth, but not knowing where to find it. Love even when misunderstood. Forgive even without repayment. Believe in goodness, even when all signs point otherwise. For when you live this way, you walk in the very nature I placed within you, my image, my love, my light, in a generation that has lost its way. And if fear touches you, that's okay, my child. But do not let fear decide your direction. Bring that fear to me. Offer me your anxieties, your confusion, your unanswered questions. I will not scold your weakness. I am not seeking heroes. I seek the honest, the ones who will let me rule the storm inside. For when you dare to trust me in adversity, you will find what the world cannot offer, a peace that surpasses, a strength that transcends, and a hope not rooted in circumstance but in my presence alone. Walk through this month as one who is called not by the world but by heaven. Remember that you are a citizen of the kingdom before any nation. Live with eternal perspective, love with the heart of the one who loves unconditionally, and stand firm like a tree planted by streams, not because conditions are favorable, but because your roots are anchored in the living word. I am here, always here. And there is no event, no storm, no night so dark that can separate you from my love. You are not alone. You are not forsaken. You are not lost. For I, your Father, am holding your hand through every step, no matter how the world may change. My beloved child, sit with me now in this sacred hour. Let my words whisper into your soul, words seated in everlasting love, woven in righteousness, and overflowing with mercies that never run dry. This July, you are not merely entering a time of the year, but a spiritual season, a season of revealing, of judgment, of harvest. What was once hidden in the shadows will no longer remain concealed, for the light of my truth is drawing near and will shine upon every corner of the heart. The things once thought cleverly hidden, the silent schemes and unseen manipulations, they all will be exposed under the righteous light of my presence. Not because I delight in shame, but because truth must be known, and nothing can stand before the holiness of the Lord. My beloved child, this is the season in which the true intentions of the heart shall be revealed, not merely through words, but through the way one lives, through attitudes and actions. There are those who appear righteous outwardly, yet inwardly are filled with ambition and envy. And there are others who are overlooked because of their quiet demeanor, yet within them are sacred treasures and hearts that bring delight to me. Do not judge with the eyes of the world. Do not assess anything solely by appearance. For in this season I am the one who judges not by what is seen or heard, but with eternal wisdom and justice. And you, my child, stand firm not in fear, but in trust. Because if you are one who has sown in tears, who has cried out in the night, who has remained faithful when no one was watching, then now your harvest is drawing near. The seeds you have quietly planted with faith and perseverance, the unreturned love, the silent forgiveness, the obedience in the face of misunderstanding, they are all growing, and they will bear fruit. I have seen you, my child. Every whispered prayer you have lifted, I have heard. Every tear that fell upon your pillow, I have counted. Not a single action, not a single sacrifice of yours has been in vain. What the world does not recognize, heaven has already recorded. And this month is the appointed time for a portion of my glory to be revealed, not through noise, but through quiet yet profound transformation. You will witness justice not in the form of worldly retaliation, but through righteousness that brings peace, clarity, that brings freedom, and truth that brings restoration. However, beloved one, I also want you to understand this. Not every harvest is one of rejoicing. For some have chosen to sow in deceit, in jealousy, in strife, and division. And they too shall reap what they have sown. This does not bring me joy, but it is the inescapable outcome of the law of justice, for the universe I have created operates on the foundation of truth and consequence. Pray for those who are about to reap bitter fruit, not with triumph in your heart, but with mercy. For I take no pleasure in the destruction of the wicked, but I long for their repentance and return. If they turn back, I will still forgive abundantly. But if they remain stubborn, their harvest will serve as a warning to many. Do not be afraid of the shifting of the world, my child. Do not shrink back from what is coming. Instead, prepare your heart. Become a faithful laborer in my field, not one who only tends to their own seed, but one who cares for the tender plants around them. Comfort the weary, uplift the discouraged, and remind those who have forgotten me that the harvest is not only a reward but a call to return. Every action you take this month carries spiritual meaning. Every word you speak, every decision you make is contributing to your harvest. Choose to live without regret. Live as if you are sowing for the generations to come. Let every step you take echo into eternity, and remember, you are not alone. I am walking with you through every day of this month. When you feel weary, come and rest in me. When you feel uncertain, ask me, and listen in the stillness. When your heart begins to harden because of injustice, allow me to pour my oil of love into the cracks. And when the first fruits of your harvest begin to appear, even the smallest ones, remember to give thanks, for nothing is by chance. Every good outcome is proof that I am near, that my promises remain true, and that light never loses to darkness. My beloved child, this month is not merely a time on the calendar. It is an invitation from me for you to step deeper into a living relationship with me. It is a time to reflect on the seeds you have sown, to realign the way you are living, and to ready yourself for the great things to come. For the true harvest is not just about fruit, it is about the revealing of the heart. It is the season where truth will ring louder than any lie, and the time when you will clearly see, I have never overlooked anything you have done in my name. My child, in these days when the hearts of many are in turmoil and the world shifts relentlessly, I invite you to pause and listen to the whisper from my heart, a voice not drowned by chaos nor shaken by upheaval. Even when everything around you seems to tremble like the earth beneath your feet, remember this: I remain unshaken. I do not change, I do not fear, and I will never abandon you. In the moments that appear to be the most chaotic, I am working most deeply, not through thunderous signs or wonders in the sky, but within your heart, where I am drawing you, ever closer, gathering you, and others beneath the shelter of my loving wings. I protect, I preserve. And I am preparing a new season for you, a season where what seemed like a storm of destruction will clear the path for greater light to flood your life. My child, be strong in heart. Do not let the shaking discourage you. I know there are things you cannot yet understand. I know there are questions still unanswered, but trust that nothing is happening outside of my wise and loving permission. Every shift is leading to good, not the temporary good defined by man, but the eternal good that brings spiritual maturity, deeper intimacy with me, and stronger bonds with those who truly belong to my kingdom. This is a season of refining. Just as gold shines brighter through fire, so shall your heart be purified from all impurity through these trials. It is not because I wish to hurt you, but because I want to make you stronger, deeper, and closer to me than ever before. That which is no longer fitting, relationships that have reached their end, connections that seem necessary but are actually hindering you, will all be revealed, And yes, there will be people you love who walk away. There will be relationships that fall apart like leaves at the end of autumn. But do not cling to what I am asking you to release. Do not hold on to what is old when I am preparing something new. For you cannot enter the next season if you are still bound to what no longer serves my divine purpose for you. My beloved, this is the time I am rebuilding, not with bricks or outward structures, but through spiritual connections, people whom I will bring into your life to support you, encourage you, and walk with you in the light. These individuals are not the result of your emotional choices, but gifts from my hand souls united in faith, one in spirit, and sincere and selfless love. You will recognize them not through reasoning, but through the deep peace I place within your heart. And when you begin to release what is ready to leave, you will have space to receive the new blessings you never imagined. Connections that hold eternal meaning and joy that does not come from circumstances but from obedience. I know you may weep, for you are human with a heart that loves, hopes, and trusts. But do not let your tears blur the spiritual vision I am unfolding before you. Every pruning is for greater growth. Every closed door is to open a broader, brighter one that draws you closer to my purpose. Do not fear change, for I am the one who transforms all things according to my good will. And do not grieve over what no longer belongs to you, for I never take without preparing something better. You are not walking through this season by accident. You are being shaped by divine design, and heaven watches every step with purpose. Walk in this knowledge, live in this hope, and remember always I am with you. I love you, and I always will. My beloved child, in this season, learn to be still in my presence. Let your spirit find rest, not in the fleeting certainties of the world, but in unwavering trust in me. When everything around you shifts, hold tightly to what never changes, my love for you. That is my promise. I will never leave you. I will lead you through fire and through water, and even if you walk in darkness, you will never be alone. It is precisely when you feel emptied that I am planting seeds. It is precisely when you feel lost that heaven is preparing a gift. So, my child, be courageous. Walk through this season of refining with a trusting heart. Let me do the work I need to do in you, around you, and through you. And when this season is past, you will rise as someone new, no longer burdened, no longer clinging to what is past, but refined, matured, radiant with light, and ready for greater glory. You are my beloved. I will not let you fall. I am working. And I am drawing you closer that you may know, amid all the world's uncertainties, there remains one unshakable truth. I, your Father, my love for you, and the good plan I have written for your life since the beginning. Lift your head, beloved, and let your heart be immersed in my sweet presence. As things around you shift in ways you could not foresee, I invite you into deeper trust, not in what you see, but in the one who sees all things. Do not think that miracles, wonders, or divine interventions are only for someone else, someone more deserving. No, beloved, you are the one I love. You are the one I have chosen. And these very wonders are being prepared for you, not because you are perfect, but because my love for you is perfect. Did you know I never forget the whispered prayers you've offered in the quiet of the night, nor have I overlooked the hidden sacrifices you've made for me? Every pain you have endured, every tear you've cried, I have gathered them like precious pearls. And now, as a new season unfolds, I am weaving beauty from the very things that seemed broken. Do not fear the changes you see. These shifts are not beyond my control. They are tools I am using to align, to arrange, and to open new doors. I am not a God of chaos, but a God of holy order. I am orchestrating every encounter, every disruption, every silent moment of waiting to fulfill my good and perfect will for your life. My child, this month will not be easy. There will be days when you feel like the weight of the world rests on your weary shoulders. There will be moments when you ask, do I have the strength to keep going? And that is precisely when I draw nearest. For in your weakness, my strength is made perfect. When you have nothing left to lean on, you will see that I alone am your unshakable support. Do not be ashamed of your weakness. Do not hide your tears, for even tears are prayers that heaven understands. In the moments when you tremble, I am strong for you. In the confusion, I am guiding you. and in the loneliest hours you will find yourself held in your Father's arms. Courage is not the absence of fear, beloved, but the resolve to press on despite fear, because you know I go before you. Be brave enough to trust me, even when you cannot see the path. Be brave enough to let go of what no longer serves my purpose for you. Be brave enough to say yes to me, even when it means stepping away from temporary safety. Courage is not always a mighty roar. Sometimes it is the whispered, "Father, I still believe. I am preparing something new, a journey, a door, a harvest, not just for others, but for you." Every step you take in obedience will not be wasted. Every sacrifice you make will not be forgotten. I am gathering these small offerings and laying them as the foundation for what is coming. But to receive the new, you must release the old. Do not look at your past as if it has the power to define your future. The past is only where you've walked through. I am the one leading you forward. And the future I have for you, even if you do not yet see it, is drawing nearer by the day. Asterisk, asterisk. Beloved, I do not merely want you to survive this month. I want you to grow stronger, deeper, and fuller in your faith. I want you not only to overcome, but to emerge as one who is victorious, as one refined by fire, who now reflects my glory. Believe that I am with you in every step, in every sleepless night, in every tearful prayer, in every waiting that feels endless. Not one moment have you been abandoned. Not one breath have you been alone. I am your Father, the Almighty, and yet the near one. I am not distant. I am not indifferent. I am here right now, whispering to your heart, "Keep going. Do not stop. I am with you." Keep your heart tender, your eyes lifted, and your hands ready to grasp mine. For what I am doing is not just a shift in circumstances. I am transforming you from within, and that transformation, beloved, is the greatest miracle of all. One day you will look back and see that this was not the month of defeat, but the month of rebuilding, stronger, braver, and closer to me than ever before. You are my beloved and my miracle. Yes, a miracle is being prepared not just for others, but for you. For I am faithful, and I never break my promise to you. As the world enters a season of great transition, I invite you, my beloved, to enter a new season, not merely outwardly, but in the depth of your spirit. The preparation I am calling you into is not only about physical readiness for the days ahead, but a complete preparation from your thoughts to your soul. This is the season where I am strengthening you, every thought, every feeling, every smallest reaction, so that you will not be shaken when the winds blow, so that you will not stumble when all that once seemed stable begins to tremble. I do not promise ease, but I promise this: if you walk in obedience, you will never walk alone. I am equipping you with everything you need: spiritual weapons, heavenly wisdom, inner resilience. But you must be diligent, intentional, and faithful. This is not the time for complacency or delay. This is the time to rise with fervency and readiness. This month may not come as a gentle breeze, but with strong upheavals, unsettling events, and challenges that may seem beyond what many can bear. But if you prepare from within, you will not be swept away. The first and most vital instruction I give you is this: anchor your soul daily in my word. Do not let a day pass without letting my word touch your mind. My word is not mere knowledge, it is life. Not just to be read, but to be lived. Every verse, every line, every promise in Scripture is light. Light to show your path, and warmth to comfort your heart when everything else grows cold and uncertain. When you hear news that stirs fear of instability, of division, of things beyond control, turn again to my word. Remind yourself of my unchanging promises that I am your refuge and fortress, that nothing can separate you from my love, and that even if mountains move and hills are shaken, my covenant of peace with you will never be removed. These are not mere memories, they are living truth. They are anchors that hold you steady in life's raging seas. And you will find that when your soul is built on my word, no circumstance will be able to steal the peace within you. In this season, learn to be still in my presence. Let your soul find rest not in the certainties of this world, but in trust in me. When everything around you begins to shift and change, hold tightly to what never changes: the love your Father has for you. That is my promise, that I will never leave you, that I will guide you through fire and through water, and that even when you walk through darkness, you will never be alone. It is precisely when you feel stripped away that I am planting seeds. It is in the moments of loss that heaven is preparing to give. So, my child, be courageous. Walk through this season of refining with a heart anchored in trust. Let me do the work I must do in you, around you, and through you. And when this season passes, you will rise as someone renewed, no longer burdened, no longer tied to what once was, but refined, matured, radiant with light, and ready for the greater glory to come. You are my beloved. I will not let you fall. I am at work. And I am drawing you closer that you may know amidst all the changing tides of this world, there remains one thing that will never shift. It is me, it is my love for you, and it is the good and perfect plan I have written for your life from the very beginning. My beloved child, lift your head and let your heart be immersed in the sweetness of my presence. As everything around you seems to be shifting in ways you did not foresee, I am inviting you into a deeper place of trust, not in what you see, but in the one who sees all. Do not believe that miracles, wonders, or heavenly interventions are reserved for someone else, someone more worthy, more favored. No, my dear one, it is you. You are the object of my love. You are the one I have chosen. And those miracles are being prepared for you not because you are perfect, but because my love for you is. Do you know this? I have never forgotten your whispered prayers in the night, nor have I turned away from the silent sacrifices you have made in my name. Every pain you have endured, every tear you have shed, I have gathered like precious pearls. And now, as the season begins to shift, I am weaving something new out of what once seemed broken beyond repair. Do not fear the change you see. These shifts are not beyond my control. They are being used by me to realign, to reposition, and to open doors that have been long shut. I am not the God of confusion, but the God of holy order. And I am orchestrating every circumstance, the meetings, the disruptions, even the stillness of waiting, so that my good, pleasing, and perfect will might be fulfilled in your life. My beloved child, this month will not be easy. There will be days when you feel as though you are carrying the weight of the world on your weary shoulders. There will be moments when you ask yourself, do I still have the strength to keep going? And yet it is in those very moments that I draw nearest to you. For in your weakness, my strength is revealed. When you have nothing left to lean on, that is when you will see clearly that I am the one lifting you up, the unshakable refuge that holds you steady. Do not be ashamed of feeling weary. Do not hide your tears, for even your tears are prayers that heaven understands. It is when you tremble that I am strong for you. It is when you are confused that I am leading you. And it is in the moments you feel most lost that you will find yourself wrapped safely in your Father's embrace. My child, courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to keep walking even when fear is present, because you know I go before you. Be brave enough to trust me, even when you do not see the way. Be courageous enough to release what no longer serves the purpose I have for you. Be bold enough to say yes to me, even when that yes means letting go of temporary safety. Courage is not always a roaring shout. It is often just a whisper. Father, I still believe. I am preparing something new, a journey, a doorway, a harvest not just for others but for you. Every step you take in obedience will not be in vain. Every sacrifice you offer will not be forgotten. I am gathering all those seemingly small things and turning them into a foundation for something far greater that is coming. But in order for you to receive the new, you must release the old. Do not look back at the past as if it has the power to define your future. The past is only the path you walked through. I am the one leading you forward, and the future I have prepared for you, though unseen, is drawing nearer with every passing day. My beloved, I do not want you to merely survive this month. I want you to grow, to become stronger, deeper, and fuller in faith. I do not want you to just make it through. I want you to rise as a victor refined by fire, now reflecting my glory. Believe that I am with you in every step, in every restless night, in every tear-soaked prayer, in every waiting that feels like it will never end. There is not a single moment in which you are abandoned. There is not a single second when you are alone. I am your Father, the Almighty, yet also the one who draws close. I am not distant or indifferent. I am here right now, whispering into your heart, keep going, do not stop. I am with you. Keep your heart tender, your eyes lifted, and your hand ready to grasp mine. For what I am doing is not merely a change of circumstances, I am transforming you from the inside out. And that transformation is the greatest miracle of all. The day will come when you will look back and realize that this month was not a time of defeat, but a time of rebuilding stronger, braver, and closer to me than ever before. You are my beloved, and the miracle I am preparing. Yes, the miracle is not just for others, but for you, for I am faithful and I never break my promises to you. My beloved child, as the world enters a season of great shifting, I am calling you into a new season as well, not just outwardly, but in the depths of your spirit. The preparation I am asking of you is not merely physical for the days ahead, but a total preparation from your mind to your soul. This is the season in which I am fortifying you, your thoughts, your emotions, your smallest reactions, so that you will not be shaken when the storms come, so that you will not be moved when what seems stable begins to tremble. I do not promise that everything will be easy, but I promise that if you walk in obedience, you will never be alone. I am equipping you with everything you need, spiritual weapons, wisdom from above, and a steadfast spirit, but you must be diligent, intentional, and faithful. This is not the time for passivity or delay. This is the hour to rise with fervency and readiness. My child, this month may not come as a gentle breeze, but may arrive with powerful shifts, with events that confuse many, and with challenges that feel beyond human strength. But if you are prepared inwardly, you will not be swept away. The first and most important thing I want you to do is to anchor your soul daily in my word. Do not let a single day pass without letting my word touch your mind. My word is not merely knowledge, it is life. It is not just meant to be read, but lived. Every verse, every line, every promise recorded in Scripture is light, not only to guide your path, but to warm your heart when everything around you feels cold and uncertain. When you hear news that stirs unrest, of instability, of division, of things that seem beyond control, return to my word. Remind yourself of my unchanging promises, that I am your strong refuge, that nothing can separate you from my love, that even if the mountains are moved and the hills are shaken, my love for you remains immovable. These are not just memories, they are reality. They are the anchor that holds you steady in life's stormy seas. And you will see, when your heart is grounded in my word, no circumstance can steal the peace within you. Oh, my child, preparation is not only about learning, it is about training the heart. To stand firm, you need courage, but courage does not come from fleeting emotions, it comes from a faith nurtured daily. Perseverance is not innate, it is formed in every small decision, when you choose prayer over complaint, waiting over rushing, trust over doubt. I am teaching you how to fight not with swords, but with living faith, with powerful prayer, and with love that never grows weary. Every faithful act, no matter how small, is a stone laid into the firm spiritual foundation for tomorrow. My beloved, this month will require from you a heart that does not retreat. But you need not fear, for in your weakness, my power will be made perfect. When you feel not enough, remember at that very moment you are standing at the threshold of a miracle. Do not rely on your feelings, they will rise and fall like the tides. Rely on my word, steadfast like a rock. When there is nothing left to hold on to, you will find that I am everything you need. And I, your Father, never leave you, nor forsake you in the storm. Let each morning be a time to renew your faith. Begin the day with my word, and end it in my stillness. Let each breath you take be a quiet prayer, Father, I believe. Prepare yourself like a soldier who knows a battle is near, not with fear, but with confidence that you have been trained, equipped, and led by your Father. For I am not just the giver of good, I am your defender, your warrior, the one who walks beside you and lifts you when you are weary. My child, as you walk through the coming days, remember nothing that is approaching takes me by surprise. Every shift, every upheaval is under my divine orchestration. I am clearing the path for a greater plan, removing the old to make way for the new. And if you prepare your heart, you will not merely endure, you will rise, you will be lifted, you will become a beacon of light in a world overshadowed by darkness. Do not underestimate the value of preparation. Do not wait until the storm comes to steady your heart. Now is the time. Begin today right where you are. I am here guiding, strengthening, and gracing you because you are my beloved, and I have never left your side. My precious child, in a world growing louder, more chaotic and unstable with each passing day, I urgently call you to guard your mind like a watchman standing at the gate against the encroaching night. This is no longer the time to be passive about what you take in. This is the season in which the enemy is sowing his most dangerous seeds, not with sharp weapons, but with ideas dressed in reason, with whispers of doubt, with messages that are half-truths, wrapped in subtle deception. He doesn't need to topple you immediately. He only needs to unsettle your heart, distract your gaze from me just a little, and inch by inch he will seek to pull you into confusion, anger, disorientation, and eventually despair. But, oh child, I did not create you to live in doubt. I did not call you to walk by fleeting feelings. I have given you a spirit not of fear, but of power. The power to discern truth from lies, of love, a love strong enough to shield your heart from hatred, and of sound mind, a mind clear enough to see through manipulations to resist every voice that seeks to draw you away from true peace. My child, when you open your heart to the world without the filter of my word, you will soon feel overwhelmed. When sayings not rooted in my truth infiltrate your thoughts, you will feel peace slipping away like the tide. But I invite you to choose to receive only what reflects my true nature. Choose to fill your mind with what is pure, lovely, and worthy of praise. For you are a temple, and that temple must be kept holy not only by actions but by the thoughts that dwell within. Be mindful of every word you hear, every image you see, every feeling you entertain. Ask yourself daily, does this build my faith? Does this reflect love? Does this keep me close to my Father? If not, then, child, learn to say no without hesitation. Do not let curiosity lead you through doors that open to darkness. Do not let the thought of just a little become the crack through which doubt seeps in. In the days to come, the world will be a stage for many performances where people wear masks of virtue to hide ambition, where voices cry out for recognition more than for truth. Many voices will sound like trumpets, urgent, wise awakening, but lack the heartbeat of the Father. They will stir up anger, spread skepticism, and unleash waves of fear upon the masses. But do not follow the crowd. Follow the leading of my Spirit. The crowd may be loud, but only my word can transform a soul. The crowd may be captivating, but only my presence brings enduring peace. So, my child, let my word be the hedge that protects your mind. Let each morning be a time to soak in truth, each night a moment to be cleansed by my promises. Train your mind like a warrior. Do not allow anything in that does not bring life. The more you choose godly thoughts, the more your eyes will stay fixed on me. And when your eyes are fixed, your direction will remain steady. When others run in panic, you will walk in calm, anchored by the certainty that you are covered by the Almighty. When all else falls apart, you will be a pillar of peace, not because you are untouched, but because you have chosen to anchor your heart in the unshakable one. Oh, my child, never underestimate the power of a guarded mind. It is not merely defense, it is the wellspring of every response in your life. A mind filled with my word will produce gracious speech, compassionate eyes, loving actions, and unshakable faith. And that life, a life with a guarded mind, will be a light in an age of deception. Others will look to you and find hope. They will see calm amid chaos. They will ask, "Why are you not afraid?" And you will have the chance to say, "Because my mind is not led by what I see, but held in the one I believe." My beloved, I know there are moments you feel tired, moments of confusion, moments when you simply want to give up because the noise overwhelms your peace. But know this, I am still whispering. Not in the loudness, but in the quiet. Not in the storm, but in the gentle breeze within your soul. Choose to remain in that stillness. Choose not to react hastily, but always return to me with a searching heart. And I promise, if you are faithful, if you are alert, if you put me first, no lie will enter your heart, no confusion will steal the peace heaven has given you. You are my beloved, chosen to live differently, called to reflect the light, and gifted with a mind that is powerful, clear, loving, and full of my strength. Treasure that gift as something sacred, and you will see amidst the noise, one voice will always remain the voice of your Father, leading you through every day, every trial, every long night by an eternal truth that never fades. My beloved child, in the midst of a turbulent world where each passing day seems to bring shifting winds and uncertain ground, I call you to build not merely a temporary shelter for your body, but a living temple for my divine presence. Let your house be more than just bricks and mortar. Let it be founded upon the enduring presence of your Father. When everything around you is shaken, when hearts are troubled by waves of dark news, when society is overwhelmed by anxiety and collapse, let the place where you dwell become a fortress of peace, a sanctuary where all who enter can tangibly sense that this is holy ground where my love reigns and no force of darkness may trespass. My child, do not underestimate the power of my presence in your daily life. I am not confined to church buildings or great gatherings of worshipers. I long to dwell in every corner of your home, in the kitchen, where you prepare meals with gratitude, in the living room, where you welcome others with sincerity, in the bedroom, where you rest beneath the shelter of my wings. Every room, every step, every action can become an act of worship when you invite me to rule and reign. Open the door of your heart and welcome me, not as a visitor, but as the Lord of the house. And when you do, my presence will spread like a gentle fragrance, touching each person, soothing every soul, healing even the silent wounds. Let your home be covered in the marks of my promises. Place scriptures of hope upon the walls. Let songs of praise flow like living water through each room. Let prayers rise in the morning and seal the night like a mantle of peace wrapped around your family. These outward symbols may be small: a cross, an open Bible, a candle lit each evening, but they are tangible anchors for your faith in seasons of shadow. And whenever your heart grows weary, whenever your faith flickers, let those signs serve as quiet reminders: I am here, I have never left. Beloved, while the outside world crumbles piece by piece, let your home be built with love and steadfastness. Let every word spoken within be a seed of life, not complaints or fear, but encouragement, empathy, and trust. Create a spiritual culture where I am seen through how you forgive, how you love, and how you endure. That atmosphere will be an invisible wall, a divine shield against the enemy's schemes. And if you care for it with obedience and reverence, then no matter how fierce the storms may rise, your household will remain safe under my almighty protection. Do you know, when others visit your home, they may forget the decor or the taste of the meal, but they will never forget the peace they felt in that place. It is a peace that comes only from me, a peace that surpasses all understanding, not born from outward calm, but from the deep wellspring of my presence flowing through those who dwell there. Let your home be a lamp, not merely for decoration, but as a beacon for the lost. When they knock on your door, they are not just seeking shelter from the rain. They are searching for a place to belong, a place to be received, to be heard, and to be restored. Do not wait for the storm to strike before building the fortress. Begin today with devotion, with intentional small actions, with choosing to enthrone me in every decision. I desire that your home be a sanctuary, even without choirs or sermons, but filled with a life of obedience, love, and sincere worship. Every time you cook with love, clean with gratitude, or comfort a loved one with kind words, you are making your home a sacred altar, one where I am pleased to dwell. And if you ever doubt your ability to create such a place, remember, you are not doing it alone. I am helping you. I am filling you with my very presence. All I ask is that you open your heart, invite me in, and follow me, and I will take care of the rest. Your home will become a refuge not only for your family, but also for many lost souls out there, a place where they can find light when darkness surrounds, a place where they rediscover who they are when their lives have shattered. My beloved, begin today. Light the candle of faith, open wide the door of your heart, and build your house not with earthly materials, but with the unshakable love of heaven. And then you will see, in a world that constantly shifts, you are living in a small piece of heaven, not because everything is perfect, but because I am there with you forever. My beloved child, in an age where many voices compete, where truth and falsehood blur like twilight shadows, I call you to stay awake. Stand firm like a watchman in the long night, not only with earthly eyes, but with a spirit sharpened by my wisdom. You cannot live naively in a world infiltrated by words clothed in truth but rooted in deception. Some voices sound like awakening but carry venom of division. Some words are sweet as honey, yet crafted to lead souls away from the path of life. So I say to you, do not believe every spirit. Do not hastily open your heart to anything claiming to be of light. Test every spirit. Measure everything against my word, for my word is the unchanging standard, the mirror of the soul, the double-edged sword that reveals what is of the Holy Spirit and what is of the flesh or of deceit. When you stay close to me, I will give you light within your spirit, not just to discern but to reject. For discernment without the power to reject still leaves you vulnerable. But I do not merely open your eyes, I strengthen your steps, so you will not turn aside at enticing paths nor shrink back when the narrow road becomes hard. I invite you to walk in integrity, not only when others see, but especially when no one watches. In the hidden place where there is no applause, I see your heart most clearly. And I rejoice when you choose what is right out of love for holiness, not fear of punishment. Integrity may not make you shine before men, but it makes you radiant before me. And that is true glory. My child, in this season I am calling you into a deeper journey, a path of fasting and seeking. This is not a dry religious ritual, but a gracious invitation. Fasting is not for proving anything to me. It is for purging your soul of what dims your inner light. When you set aside the needs of the body, when you turn your ear from instinct and your heart toward me, your spirit returns to its rightful place, a place of complete dependence on me, the source of life, the true bread, the living water. In fasting, you will discover that what once seemed important now fades, and what is eternal comes alive. I will remind you, it is not food that sustains you, but every word that proceeds from my mouth. And as you fast with humility, you open the door for deep renewal. This is when I can reshape your focus, for in the noise and rush of daily life, you may have drifted from me without realizing. But fasting is a declaration, Father. I long to hear your voice more clearly than the noise of the world. I choose the better part, to sit at your feet, to listen, to worship, to be touched, and I will respond. I will draw near, I will speak, I will heal. I will pour out wisdom beyond human understanding, and you will walk not by your own strength but by power from on high. But know also, this is a disciplined journey. There will be moments when you feel weak, when my silence seems like absence. But remember, even in the quiet I am working. Like a farmer who doesn't see the plant grow daily but knows something is stirring beneath the soil, so too every moment you fast and seek me, something great is taking root. Be faithful, be steadfast. And in due season you will reap a harvest of clarity, of strength, and of deep communion with me that nothing in this world can ever replace. Remember, my child, testing the spirits, walking in integrity, and fasting are not three separate acts. They are three cords braided into a life of spiritual strength. When you discern wisely, guard your heart, and seek me with body and soul, you will be kept steady in a world that is falling. You will become light in darkness, a lamp not hidden, a bearer of the fragrance of Christ. Not because you tried harder, but because you came so close to me that my presence soaked into every word, every glance, every act. You are my beloved child, the one I have chosen to stand apart in a generation that has lost its way. So rise, live awake, walk not by feelings but by the instruction of the Spirit. And I promise, when you seek me with all your heart, you will find me. When you walk in integrity, you will be protected. And when you fast with a humble heart, you will be lifted, not for your own glory but for mine, that my name may be glorified through your very life. My beloved child, in the moments when it feels as though every path has been shut, when the light of hope within you begins to dim under the weight of uncertain walls surrounding you, pause for a moment and remember this: I am the Lord your God, who makes a way even when there is no way. You were not created to live by what your eyes see or your ears hear, but to live by faith, faith in the one who is not bound by circumstance, not hindered by man, and never powerless before what seems to be a dead end. When one door closes, it does not mean hope has ended. When all your calculations lead to a place with no escape, it does not mean I have forsaken you. On the contrary, that is the very moment when I begin to do what only I can do: open a path where you see none, part the sea before you, and guide you through places that once felt impossible. My child, there will be times when you stand before doors that will not yield: unfinished dreams, broken relationships, denied desires. you will feel as though all your efforts have resulted in nothing but weariness. But I urge you not to let these closed doors define your worth or determine your destiny. Perhaps I am closing a door not to punish you, but to protect you from something that was never meant to be yours. Perhaps I am sealing off the shortcuts so I can lead you into deeper, more secure, and more fruitful paths, roads that only my guidance can bring you to. The journey ahead may not be smooth as you wish. It may be rough winding and at times as obscure as a moonless night. But my dear one, remember this, not a single one of your steps ever escapes my sight. Every time you feel weak is when I draw near. Every time you sigh in exhaustion is when I place my hand on your shoulder and whisper, I am still here. You are not fighting alone. You are not left to find your way through the dark with your own strength. I am your morning light, your faithful guide, your ever-wakeful companion who never slumbers, who never loses the way. And what's more, I am not merely leading you to safety, I am leading you closer to my heart. Do you know, my child, that every trial is not meant to break you, but to refine you? Every hardship is not a sign of abandonment, but an invitation to lean more deeply on me. When everything you once knew is stripped away, you will learn to cling to the one thing that never changes me. I allow the winds to rise not to sink you, but to help you discover that you were created to walk on water as long as you keep your eyes fixed on me. Every tear you shed is recorded. I remember each one, every sob, every question that never found words. And in those very moments I will reveal my glory, not when you are strongest, but when you are most surrendered, not when you have all the answers, but when you learn to be still and trust. My beloved, let your faith rise above your feelings. Do not let fear overshadow the truth that I am faithful yesterday, today, and forevermore. Offer me what you do not understand and trust the one who understands all. Surrender to me the burdens you cannot carry and receive the peace that surpasses all understanding. Believe this, if I allow a journey to be difficult, I am surely preparing a greater miracle at the end of it. And even if you cannot see the full path ahead, you only need to see me, because wherever I am, that place is always safe. And when you look back, you will see the times you thought you were lost were the moments I was drawing you closest to my heart. The days you felt empty were the very days I was filling you with something new. The twists and turns that once seemed meaningless will come together to form a beautiful journey, a journey where I was not just the guide but the destination. For more than any blessing, the most precious gift I long to give you is a living, deep relationship with me. And in that very relationship, you will find the satisfaction this world can neither give nor take away. You are my beloved child, created not to live in fear or confusion, but to walk in faith and boldness. Even if the door before you closes, even if the path is blocked, trust that I am at work. Be steadfast. Wait patiently. Keep taking small steps in obedience. And then, right when you feel there is no way left, you will see a path appear, not because you forged it, but because I formed it with my powerful hands and unending love. I am the one who makes a way in the wilderness and brings forth streams in the dry land. I am the one who never gives up on you, and I will not stop until you reach the destination where your heart beats in rhythm with mine. Amen. As a child of God, you are never alone. I am with you in every moment, constantly reminding you to live in faith and to trust in my love. Follow and turn on notifications so that you will never miss a single word I speak from the heights of heaven. Amen.